Good afternoon, everyone. Many thanks for being here with us. And we first want to welcome all of you to Dahua Technology Partner Day, a specialized and exclusive event which will serve as an open platform for collaboration. Today, you will have the opportunity to get a first-hand approach at the latest global technology trends by some of the world's leading companies in the sector. To kickstart the event, we have with us Mr. Jason Chow. He is the VP and General Manager of Overseas Business at Dahua Technology, a video-centric smart IoT solution and service provider. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Chow.
Okay, hola, buenas, tudo bem? So ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to Dahua Partner Day. It's a great honor to see you all guys here. Right? And autumn is a fruitful season, and also today we are in the beautiful city, Madrid. So hopefully you can really enjoy the stay for this event. Okay, today I saw a lot of the partners came here, and also have our end customer came here. So I'm very glad to see you are here. Really, you are always give us a lot of support for our business in the past years. Yeah. So by this opportunity, I will briefly introduce Dahua Technology and also our strategy for the in the new year of the AI stage. So my topic is embrace openness and partnership. Briefly introduce myself. My name is Jason Zhao. I'm the VP of the Dahua Technology, and I'm the General Manager of the Dahua Overseas Business. So briefly introduce Dahua Technology. Dahua that was founded in 2001, and right now we have more than 16,000 employees. And among that, more than 8,000 people are R&D employees. So that means we are always keeping investing for the R&D. Every year we have more than 10% revenue to be invested for the R&D. And also that we have globally we have more than 2,000 patents. And also that in the overseas business, we have more than 180 countries of the business. Our product and solutions already sold to these countries. And among that, 54 countries, we already have a subsidiary company there. So that means we are going to build our local platform in those countries. And also we are going to expand more quickly. And right now we are the number 2 in the video surveillance, in the globally. And thanks for our partners to support and also our customer support. In the last 18 years, we have a solid growth, And so up to 2018, the revenue reached the 3.4 billion, globally, which will have a 25.6 yearly revenue growth. And the growth comes mainly because of the 3 points. First, we really have invested a lot to the technology, So this is, I think, is a fundamental, for Dahua. Especially for the new area in this stage. We have a big data, we have artificial intelligence, and also so we have expanded our business more than our traditional video surveillance advantage. Secondly, because we are really close to our customer, because customer is the most important. We need to understand the customer. We need to help them to solve their issues and bring the value to them. That's why today we also invite many partners to be here to see how can we work closely to combine the advantage of all the companies together to to bring the values to our customers. Thirdly is that we are building our global platform. So we are not only for the technology we are investing, but also we care about the service, support. I think that this is also very important. We need to think how to deliver the high quality and also the quick solution to our customers. So because of that, we are winning the growth in the last 19 years. So now we are coming to the new age, and in the new age, in the last 19 years, 18 years, we are experienced, the transformation from the analog to the IP and to the AI, right? So this is something is happening. So in the last 18 years, we are benefited from our technology evolution from from analog to the IP to the high HD. But for the next step, how should we do? The AI era is coming. So in the AI era, so we need to, the most important thing is that not only just provide a technology product to the customer, the most important thing is to see how can we bring the value to bring the application for our customer. So under this the environment, we know openness is the only way for Dahua to keep growing. So openness is our Dahua's long-term strategy. And also we know we have a lot of advantages. And first, we are the traditional video surveillance company. We know the video-centric video data. We know how to structure the data. We also have a lot of new technology, face recognition, LPR. This will help us to enter the different vertical and to understand the customer's requirement and to build the solution for them together with our partner. Secondly, China and the US really is the leading position for the AI applications. And unfortunately, Dahua, we have also have a very good position in China for the applications. So we like to leverage this experience to global market. This is our advantage, So, and I think that how to work closely, how to build a mechanism, and how to build the platform of ecosystem is a key for the next stage to attack the new market. So how can we do? So we were enabling the ecosystem DIPP program, Dahua Integration Partner Program. So this is very important which aims to extend collaboration with the third-party partners in technology integration and business development. So we know we have different partners from the VMS, from the video analytic, from the cloud system, from the access control system, from the alarm, from many, from the processor, manufacturer. So we have many partners. And also Dahua, we have the latest technology. We are keeping investing, in our traditional technology in the PTC, thermal, artificial intelligence, the technology. So we think we combine this advantage to really build quickly the solutions for our customers. And finally, we are bringing the value to our customers. So this is the general ideas for Dahua to build the ecosystem. And also I think the DIPP will protect our partners a lot. So we will have a lot of mechanism to see how to give you, protect you, and incentive you, and give you the support to let you to make more value on this platform. And also for sure, as I said, we will give a lot of support. We will like the sales project, we will have a priority support. We will also have a commercial support, and also in the marketing, we will give a lot of the support for the co-marketing projects. For sure, this kind of the event, we will have more and more. We will have more and more. And also, most important thing, we will also have the technical support for you. So this is, I think, is very important. As I say, that we have a global, platform, and this one we are really bring the value to our customer to give them the quick response to them. And for sure, for our system integrator, I think besides we are providing the quick solution to them, the most important thing is to help them to save their cost. The cost came from the delivery, from the maintenance. I think this is important. We need to save your human cost. We need to help you to improve your efficiency. We need to help you to bring the value to the end users, to help you get more and more projects. That's the most important. And also, after the last several years, work, we already see that we have globally we have more than 200 technology partners, and I see that these numbers will grow and grow in the next few years. So among that, we can see we have a VMS partner, we have a SaaS partner, we have a PCM partner. We have a different kind of the partner. I think that this number for sure, this list we're getting longer. But for sure, we will keep into working with those partners. They have a same strategy. We can really to work very closely. We will give the priority to them, to support them. And also globally, you can see we have many applications, many cases, in the Latin America, in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in the different vertical, in transportation, in financing, in safety, different, and also Olympic Games, the big event. So that means we are always benefit a lot from this kind of the cooperation. And I think our partner also benefit a lot. So this is something we hope to see in the next, in the future. So finally, let's just give a brief conclusion to my speech. I think that the open-edge integration partner are the main dream for Dahua, the future strategy. And will always be our core value. So we will treat our partners, give you all this support to you, and I hope that this platform really can also bring the value for you, and we can get in the win-win the situation. And I hope that in the near future you can also visit our headquarters in Hangzhou. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chow. Before the next keynote, I just like to make a small announcement for maybe those who have had difficulties in setting up the translator. So I'll just make a brief announcement in Spanish, okay? Para los que no hayáis sido capaces o hayáis tenido alguna dificultad en poner el traductor a funcionar, hay un botoncito en la parte frontal del aparato que si lo bajáis se enciende y luego lo tenéis que poner en el canal 2, que es el que traduce de inglés a español. Okay. So I hope with this everyone is set up. Okay, so thank you for the introduction. To build up on this great first keynote, we have Henry Chang, who is a VP and General Manager of the R&D Center of Dahua Technology Partner. He will explain to us the possibilities and opportunities of building smart solutions together. Please.
Hello, dear friends. Warmly welcome all of you attend our forum, attend Dahua Partner Day. And I learned Spain language as Hola, bienvenido. Right? Thank you. Thank you for coming. So, I am Henry Zhang, the VP Engineering of Dahua Technology, and I am very glad to have such an opportunity here to share our understanding of the surveillance and the AIoT, and to share our openness strategy here. And my presentation topic is the create smart solutions together. So let's review the whole process of video surveillance and AIoT development. We simply separate this process into 3 stages. The one stage is the production-based competitive ability. This period from 2000 to 2010, and the main competitive of the company is the production ability. For example, the embedded DVR or IP camera or analog cameras, codec ability, resolutions, ASP, image effect. So at this stage, Dahua put many of the R&D resources, and we became the world-leading company in this field. In the second stage, I think it's the networking stage. So the customer did not satisfy only you provide one camera or one DVR. They need the equipment together to set up the very simple solutions that works with the simplified VMS software, the cameras, NVR, ITS cameras, NVD. And now we are at the third stage, that is the AIoT stage. This stage is tremendous. I think there's a lot of opportunities here. And our customer and user do not satisfied with only the several production or VMS software together. They need their business be satisfied with the whole solutions. For example, in the retail, smart retail solutions, our end customer do not satisfy just keep their goods safety. They want to get more details about their business healthy. They want to get more information from the data. We need to do the data mining. We need the AI functions. We need the solution. So at this time, we need to, contribute all of our advantages together to build a very smart solution for our end customer. So today, we are very lucky here. You know, every of the stage upgraded with the technology upgraded, we have new business. And today, we have the very big business opportunities. So, at this time, we need to be prepared together. So, I will show the R&D details for the customers, very detailed information. So, Dahua is founded at 2001, and we go to the public company in 2008. And every year, we put about 10% of our revenue into R&D. So today, we have more than 6,000 R&D engineers. You know, did not include the testing or supporting the pre-sales, just only the R&Ds. So every year, we will keep about 1,000 engineering new join the R&D centers. And about 40% are master and PhD degrees. And another advantage is that we worked very closely with the very famous company, leading company like TI, Intel, NVIDIA, and very famous universities. So at the very earlier, the leading edge technology appeared, the new chip solutions, we could get very earlier the samples, even the engineering chip samples. So we can quickly to do the production prototype, and we can lead the production to marketing to other competitors about 3 to 6 months. It is our most important advantage. And we have lots of patents. In Chinese marketing, we have 2,500 patents. International patents, we have over 150. So how to keep to do the innovations? It is a big challenge to every company. So for Dahua, we have set up 5 institutes. The Advanced Technology Research Institute works on the AI algorithms, including the face detection, recognition, the transportation algorithms, the people's behavior recognition, and in the machine learning. In the industry field, we provide the defect inspection automatically algorithms. The AI algorithms is very, very important to the AIoT. And another institute is the Big Data Research Institute. About 5 years ago, we set up the Big Data Research Institute. At that time, we knew that it was a trend for tens of thousands of cameras connect to the clouds, to data centers. So we need to build the infrastructure to handle the concurrent streaming, to do the uniform storage, to do the stream calculating, to do the data mining. And for the AIoT, another very important factor is the chips. You know that if you use the generic chip to satisfy the specific scenario, I think you have some troubles, the cost, the power consumption, something like that. So Dahua set up our own chipset research institute. For example, in 2018, we delivered about 20 million pieces chips worked on the ADCVI solutions. So we keep to put resources working on the chips. We do believe that there's opportunities there, and these chips can enhance our ability, our solution competitive. And in the Central Research Institute works on 2 things. One is to do the basic common blocks buildings. For example, the UNWIF protocols, other standard SIP protocols, web service interface, and the codec standard to do the encoder and decoder. For example, if we select next generation codec standard, the H.266 or the VC1 codec, we are prepared. Another thing for the Central Research is to do the new technology per tap evaluations for the new directions, for the new scenario. And the most important thing is that the cybersecurity. In the AIoT, the device itself, the networking, the system security is very important. So I have another PPT for this. And let's review the process of the AI processing. This picture is the whole data stream of the AI from the data, from the training center to the core algorithms, to the GPU hardware processing, to the intelligent product. And you can see that Dahua has successfully set up 3 main training centers. And we have a very huge data center. So the data engineers, we have several hundreds of data engineers working on the data cleaning, data marking, and with the core algorithms put into the training center. And the training center, after calculations, will give the models. With the, in the GPU side, we use the NVIDIA P4, T4 as the server side calculation of cloud computing. We use the Intel Movidius mirror-to-mirror X as the side computing. And we also use Umbrella CV22 series solutions for our end and edge computing. So after training, we will get different models suitable fit the NVIDIA Movidius or Umbrella, of course, our own GPU solutions. And this chipset work with the coprocessor will have different intelligent production. For example, the water series cameras, the NVR, smart NVR, cloud computing servers. But I think the most important thing here is that we need your support. We need your VMS. We need your scenario solutions, specific VMS, SaaS solutions. We together to set up the solutions for the smart buildings, smart financial, smart retail. So today, I think we have the several key, presentations on the solutions. This is the AI functions: face recognition, transportation, and behavior. And you can see, in the global competitions, we get very good progress. For security, we worked with TUV as strategic partner, working on the product and the service privacy certifications. We worked with UL, Synopsys as strategy partners, working on the security from the equipment, networking to system. And we have the very strong cybersecurity institute. They work out the baseline for all of the production. For the collaboration and the openness, we open totally from the side, edge to cloud. For example, we see the trend that in the camera side, the Starlight full color will be the trend. We see our partners that in the chip side, in the sensors, they are moving very fast. And we do believe that even in the lowest marketing, the lens, the sensor, the codec, and the AI ability is a must. So we put lots of engineering working on the ISP, the lens, the different sensors, and provide a very good image and video effect to satisfy the human eyes, but most important, to satisfy the AI functions. And we believe that with AI-enabled chips, support the active deterrence camera with the sound and light functions, it is very useful. And you will see that the multi-sensor to build up the panoramic camera. It is a trend. We have delivered a series of the water series cameras. For example, we can set up the 8 channels 4K cameras to do the stitching together to get the very amazing 660 degrees stitching pictures. So you can use these cameras to do the vehicle congestion detection, to do the air functions. And this is the driver-friendly ANPR cameras. And for the edge computing, now we have delivered a series of NVR, smart NVR, from 4-channel, 8-channel to 128 channels calculation abilities. So, for the openness, for the device ecosystem collaborations, we have the DHOP, the embedded level openness. So you can have code embedded in our embedded devices. We will open our very lower abilities. For example, we only provided you the video, image, ISP processing ability. You can do everything else. For example, the AI functions, the on-wave protocols, your special protocols, everything here. And we also provide the on-wave protocols if you need it. And of course, we can customize the interface for your definitions. And the AI function is very important. I have an opinion that the generic AI could not satisfy the specific customers. So today, partners here could provide your AI ability to specific field. I think your AI solution is the best, not the general one. So your AI algorithms can fit our end, edge, and cloud. So for the SaaS, we could provide the PaaS ability. You can do your own SaaS. And we provide the video surveillance capability plus AI plus big data service. You do the integration. So in general, we are open in products and the cloud. And with our so many R&D innovations, core productions, with our partners' advantage, we can build a very beautiful ecosystem. So at the last, I think the openness, integration, partnership was, is, and will always be our core value. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sang, for showing how performance and excellence is not only about innovation, but also about collaboration and partners ecosystem. And precisely about collaboration, openness, and community is going to talk our next guest, Claudio Fasotti. He's community sales manager for Southern Europe in Milestone Systems, an open platform IP video management software. He's going to talk to us about his insights and experience on our community open platform.
Thank you. Thank you. Buenas tardes a todos. My name is Claudio Fasciotti. I work in Milestone Systems, and I'm a community sales manager for the Southern Europe, which means that I develop business with the partner of our community. And thanks a lot for Dahua for having invited us in this important event. Today, we will talk about the trend of IP surveillance and the change the way you do business. And of course, we will demonstrate some use cases integration with the Dahua solutions. Let's talk about the trends of IP surveillance. We have put there some hashtag because, we all used to use hashtag. And for instance, our main message to our customer is make the world see. And also we will talk about vertical solution. And very important, we will talk about beyond security. Of course, everyone knows that video surveillance is a necessity. And there are a lot of applications that everyone is used to know and to work every day. But for us in Milestone Systems, we are very, very focused on beyond security. What is beyond security? For us, it's the present, and it's also the future. We can work together and integrate with safety situation, like, or for instance, demanding and either demand to integrate our video in different systems. Managing the data is very important for us. And all these applications we are seeing now, we are working every day also. So very important is the focus on beyond security. And also, we are very important working in very much in some vertical segment, like traffic management, where our solution can give you a full services like optimizing the traffic flow. We can work, for instance, protecting against ghost driver or any situation that you can have when you are using video surveillance systems, and not only in a safe city environment. Another very important topic for us is the retail. Actually, here we are showing in our booth, and you are of course all welcome and invited to show our solution. And we will see the retail combination with the Dahua solution and the Milestone system. But in the retail, we're not only working under the security point of view. Once again, the beyond security is something that can help and can improve the customer satisfaction in a retail shop. We are able to measure the behavior of the people when they enter in a shop, so we can provide very useful KPIs, not only to the security manager, but we are providing very useful KPIs, for instance, to the store manager, that the people that has to organize and to better sell their own product. We are working even outside the security in environmental use cases, for instance. We can monitor erosion, we can monitor cost, we can monitor the environment, which is a topic very important. And with the solution that we can offer to our customer, we are also able to give them aware, to give them alarms before something important happens. And when something important happens, there are the emergency response that our software can very quickly act and react, of course, when something very important happens, and we can have our solution also integrated with our partners that are specialized in this kind of vertical segment. Who we are, of course. We are a global VMs leader, a video management software platform, and our success is based on the power of our community. For community partners, I will present now something very important. The community partners that work with us are very important because they can develop software or a small part of software that can be integrated to create a very powerful and very unique solution. Of course, we have a suite of software that is called X-Product, but we'll not talk about product in this presentation. If you have questions about products, you can come in our booth and we can, of course, help you in any way. what we offer is a video solution platform and a community solution stack. With this video solution platform combined with the community solution stack, we have no limits. As you can see here, you can integrate everything, starting from, for instance, LPR, or we will see later face recognition. But not only, we can integrate almost everything and every possibility. It's just a matter to know what are those possibilities. It's very important for me now also give you a very quick introduction, because we have recently been certified for a third-party organization to be compliant to the GDPR, which you know is a very important matter for all of us in this industry. I was talking about our community partner. I was talking about this solution, the infinity solution that we can have and we can provide together. But so there is a new way to change how you do business with us. We have, for the first time in this industry, we have created a platform which is a marketplace. You know, everyone is familiar with some marketplace like Amazon, whatever. We have created a marketplace in the security market. It's a portal, it's an online portal, free, open, you don't have to register. You can have access anytime, where you can find all the solutions that our partners has made. And also, you can verify the solution and check and test it by yourself if you want. The marketplace, the Milestone Marketplace, connect all together, connect the community partners, connect the end user, connect the system integrator as well. What you can find there, you can find the product overview, you can find the key feature of any of our community partners, you can find, of course, documentation and guidelines. Very important, you can download, for instance, a demonstration of the products or free trials that you can even test. And like the most famous marketplace platform, you can after give the reviews as well.
The days of scrolling through search results of video management possibilities are over. Meet Marketplace, a digital platform that connects you with technology providers on a global scale. With the user-friendly interface, you'll be directed to trustworthy applications, hardware, and services proven to work with Expertect. Get in touch with technology providers and find out what you need to deploy your next solution. From user reviews to documentation to demos and free trials, it's all there on Marketplace. We're making it easier to sort through the possibilities within video management. Let us show you what the Milestone Open community has to offer. Explore Marketplace today.
We are proud, of course, to have Dahua in the marketplace with a lot of products that also will come in the future. And in the marketplace, basically, Dahua has a web page where you can find all the solution and the technical specification and also more other information. Again, if you need some other information about the marketplace, we are there in our booth, happy to help you. Let's go in deep to the use cases that we have done together with the Dahua solution. Talking about the vertical, we are talking also about the retail. We just said before, we have integrated the Dahua face recognition solution very well. We can have a full integration, as you can see. This is the front end of our software. It's called Exprotect Smart Client. You will have a tab where you can easily work. Like one front end, you can get all the cameras from Dahua and all the software integration, for instance, like the face recognition. But not only. With Dahua, we have the solution for the deworking 360 camera that is installed in our stand. So you can all come to see how it's possible, again, with one software to have everything. And also, of course, the playback. I'm not only talking about the live, we have a lot of features, but I said I will tell you this later. Very important to increase the customer experience in a retail shop, for instance. We have a solution with the Dahua and the people counting and a dashboard that can help you to count the people and to see how many people entering in your shop or exit in your shop during a day, for instance, or during a month, and you can create a report. You can give to the end user a very powerful weapon. We are not only integrated solutions, but also metadata. And metadata is very important because you can have, and you can collect all the information coming from the camera itself. You have seen this before. The storage solution and the EVS storage and the ES server series are already certified in the marketplace like a product that you can easily use for recording video streaming using XProject. Some news also, in October we will integrate and we will have also in the marketplace the traffic control LPR solution from Dahua, and also the future plan. We are working to have their mobile MVR and the platform of access control that are in the future we will have also integrated directly using the Milestone SDK. That's very important, and let me just briefly tell you what happened. The Milestone SDK is the best way to get integrated the third-party plugin or some equipment, and that was selected this way to integrate it, to have the best integration ever in the market with Milestone XProject. Because we want to create, of course, a smart solution together. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias a todos.
Thank you very much, Mr. Faciotti. Next with us, we have Yuri Akhmetov. He's Director of Business Development in EMEA for AxonSoft, an industry leader in the development of video and physical security information management systems. He's going to be showcasing to us AxonSoft solutions for Intellect ATM. Please, welcome, Mr. Akhmetov.
Hola, Madrid. My name is Yuri. I work for AxonSoft, who is also one of the leaders in video surveillance software. And today I'm going to show you what we do together with Dahua Technology and what we do ourselves. For those who don't know us, maybe it'll be a little bit technical presentations. However, we want to cover as much as we can. So AxonSoft is well known in the market as a solution that provides everything as it is, everything in one package software. You don't need to have too many plugins. You don't have to need a lot of integrations with third party. Surely we open platform and we work with every camera manufacturer and every hardware manufacturer in the world, also with some of the software manufacturers. However, the concern behind, the idea behind our software is to have and to provide to our customers as much as possible in one package, rather than taking care of all these plugins and stuff. So first feature that I'm going to show you today is called behavior analytics. So some of you may have seen it upstairs, we're showing it. So this feature is pointed to behavior analytics by recognizing body movements. And as you can see now on the video, we can detect, for example, ATM robbery or even gunshot, gun detection. So thanks to AI technology, we can also now reduce the amount of false alarms in analyzed video. So rather than just tracking moving objects, we can also detect what kind of objects they are and we can filter the search results or the real-time recognition results using AI. So you can see on the left side of the picture a lot of false alarms coming from the trees and shades, and on the right side you can see that all these are filtered using AI. So the next feature that I'm going to talk about is called smoke and fire detection. This is the smoke and fire detection for those areas where you can't use fire or smoke sensors. And these are normally forests or some tunnels, some humid places maybe. And our AI engine recognizes smoke and fire just based on the video. So it knows that it's fire or smoke and rings alarm. With this amazing feature, we've recently done a great project with emergency services of Republic of Belarus. So we've installed our software on their platform, and we're preventing smoke and fire in the forests. As it was told today already by the other presenters, retail is getting bigger, and for VMS and for security market is becoming more and more important. So we're presenting today a new series of features for retail, and one of them is POS integration and supervision. So the idea behind it is that we can overlay the POS transactions on the video and store this data into the database for the further search. So for example, if we need to find a customer who's bought anything like carrots or beer, we can just simply put this as a text into our search field, and immediately we will find the search results in the archive and see the related video, as is shown on the screen now. So we're searching for those who bought beer, and immediately we're getting the search results. We're getting that search results immediately because all this data is metadata for Axon VMS, so no need to process big amounts of videos. Whatever length of archive you have, you still will get all the search results immediately. Another retail-related feature is called queue management. So Axon Next VMS can detect, based on some predefined parameters, and can detect queue of specific length and send alarms right away to the VMS. So this helps with queue management at cashiers. If you need to increase the amount of open tills, you can easily do that using that queue management tool. Visitor counting. Well, it's one of the most simplistic features, as it may seem. However, the results of and the accuracy of visitor counting is normally very questionable. So we've improved our visitor counting engine, and we've added AI to that. So now it's 99% accurate in any kind of cases. Plus, the loss prevention is always related to allowing the right people to the retail. So we've implemented a facial recognition and facial search into our retail package. So now you can create positive and negative lists of customers and instantly get alarms when someone undesired is entering your retail shop. Plus, you can easily find a person in the archive using his photo from cameras or from any kind of ID. Then again, it's immediate because it's based on metadata. While we are identifying faces using our facial recognition engine, we can also estimate age and gender of people, and this data, as you know, is very important for the retail, for their analytics. So this comes as a part of it. The heat map detection, also in the past it was a whole work to create heat maps for retail to optimize the retail's capabilities and functionality. Now we can do it on the go using just video streams from cameras and get it even online through the cloud. So all that data must be assumed somehow to allow the users of the retail analytics to analyze that data. So for that, we've created a brand new, it has been released just this year, a brand new retail data analytics. So again, it's a web-based tool that allows you to create your own reports of any kind using all the data that Axon Next generates for you. So here you can see how we're getting the results of age and gender, of queue management, queue length, depending on the time, and it's all completely customizable. It will remind you of the well-known Office editors, but it's all online. This graph shows you visitor distribution through the day, and again, it's totally customizable. Number plate recognition. We were one of the first VMSs in the market who presented number plate recognition, and it's been more than 15 years now since we started doing this. So now we have professional license plate recognition in all levels of our VMS, in our Axon Next and in our Intellect product. Plus, we've implemented that in our mobile apps recently. So again, it helps you to pick predefined numbers on the go, or you may search through the archive using just the license plate. The next feature I'm going to talk about is one of the oldest features in our software still. It's only being recognized by customers now because now people started thinking, what if you have a big archive, big data, which you need to search through? So for example, if we have a month of archive, how much time it will take us to find a blue car crossing this line? So in Axon Next and in Axon Intellect, it takes 0 time, because the only thing you need to do, you need to specify the filters, like the direction of the object, the color of the object, the type of object, or any other filters which are available, speed of the object, size of object, and the search results come immediately. And this is fair not only for vehicles, you can search for people or groups of people, as you can see now on the video. And again, it takes 0 time thanks to metadata, plus metadata can be generated not only in the software, but also using Dahua technologies, the edge metadata from cameras. So as I said, we can search through cameras, through archive, using photos and vehicle numbers in the same way as we search for objects. But we can use photos or we can use license plates and get the results immediately. So with license plates, it's even easier. You just need to type down the characters of the license plate that you know, and the rest will come automatically in the search results. Time compressor was one of our first unique features which we've presented in the market. So this feature allows you to create a video synopsis with a static background and moving objects on it. So this helps you to analyze huge amounts of archive with no time, 0 time. The next feature I'm going to talk about is very unique because it applies all the analytics that you have seen just now in my presentation, but you can do that with any video source. So let me give you an example. Most of the cities have like wide variety of cameras and DVRs, analog or digital NVRs. So how do we search for that data if they're not connected to Axon platform? So basically what we've created a module that allows you to import any kind of data into Axon Next from any video source, which will be analyzed on the go and extract the metadata on the go while you are importing it, and then you can apply all the search functions to that video. So how do we do that on normal server, you ask? We use a lot of GPU offload. We use Intel, OpenVINO. We do GPU offload with Intel QuickSync technology that allows you to do all these things quite easily, just using normal CPU from Intel, and most of the features are already there in the CPU, and then you don't need to spend money on additional hardware like graphics cards, etc. So the result, the difference between results is very much significant, because here on the left side you can see the CPU load of a VMS client without GPU optimization, and on the right side you see, let me go back, with it. So the difference is like half. Recently, Axon Soft has designed and already released the cloud platform and video software as a service platform, which is being implemented and being used by some telecom operators around the world. So the aim, that the target that we have in Axon is to provide the same level of usability and the same level of functionality through the cloud, through the web browsers, as we have in our Windows-based client. As you know, GDPR is getting very important now in European markets, so we've implemented a series of features which allow you to mask some parts of the archive and export video with that mask. This is all connected to control level in the software, so only those people who have access to that, who have right to see the faces or plates, they will have it, rather than showing everything. And there are several ways of doing that. There are manual and automatic ways, so we try to implement as much as we could in that. So Axon Next is also a platform that can integrate other platforms like our own PSIM, Axon Intellect, and you can put a lot of vertical solutions into your system. One of them is ATM Intellect, which allows you to control and monitor your ATM network in the banks. So it works in any conditions. We're considering the conditions in which the ATMs must work, like low bandwidth and so, and rather than only streaming video from the ATM and having the archive from the ATM, we can also see all the sensors of the ATM. We can see the transactions from the ATM software, and we apply very user-friendly and flexible configuration tool to that. Plus, of course, the web reports and PDF reports that you receive. So apart from that, what we do together with Dahua, you may ask. So Dahua is one of the biggest technology partner that Axon Soft has ever had, and we integrate 99% of all equipment that Dahua ever produced. So you can use Axon with AI cameras, with normal IP cameras, with APR cameras, PTZ, network, recorders, whatever equipment Dahua has developed, we have integration with that already. And apart from that, of course, there's lots of features apart from just video streams that we have. It can be data sources, like, for example, on-camera ANPR, or edge recording that helps you to get your archive more stable. And thermal cameras also are integrated on the same level, plus, of course, people counting. So thanks to Dahua Open Platform, we can easily create new functionality together with Dahua technologies, which work on cameras and on the software at the same time. And with that, we optimize the overall functionality of the system and reduce the price of it, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Akhmetov, for showing us a handful of applications about the power of data. When we talk about intelligence, the sky is the limit. I mean, there are so many things that data used in a right way can be done. And to talk us a little bit more about that, we have today Luigi Portaluri. He is regional manager for Iberia, Italy, and Greece for Cognify. Cognify is a big data company specialized in physical security. He's going to tell us a little bit about how can added value service contribute to physical security strategies. Please welcome Mr. Portaluri.
Hola Madrid, buenas tardes a todos. Por la salud de sus oídos, la presentación está en inglés, ma quiero agradecerles todos por su presencia aquí y por la oportunidad de Dahua. So, gracias. I'm Luigi. As the presenter said, I'm responsible for Iberia, Greece, Italy, Cyprus, and Malta for Cognify. I'm one of the oldest in the industry. Where do I take you along this 20-minute trip? First of all, I would like you to know who we are, where we come from, where Cognify come from, which is an important thing. So of course, we will talk about our added value solutions, our value propositions, of course, about our very strong cooperation together with Dahua at global level. And of course, if we will have time, which I don't think, but please come to our stand and ask any questions. I have a video for you that tells you a little bit about who we are and what we do.
Our world is constantly on the move. People are flying, driving, switching, gathering, distributing, celebrating, coming and going. But sometimes it can all just come to a stop. Traffic jams, flight delays, security incidents, disruptions, severe weather, crime, malfunctions, overloads. To sustain the flow of daily life, it all has to keep on moving smoothly. Eliminate crime, optimize security, minimize risks, ensure safer cities, maintain business continuity, improve customer service, and save on resources. Keep it all moving smoothly. Cognify.
Basically, we are focused on physical security. For us, physical security means the feeling, the needs of the customer where security is an important thing. So that's where we are. So I said, let me take you to a very short trip on where we come from. I'm sure, and I've seen many people here that I know, that they're more or less gray hair. It's not my case, but same age. And probably you heard about a company called NICE back in 1990s, something like that, 2000s. Think about that. Was one of the very first company manufacturing a VMS. We are talking about 20, 25 years ago. In the same way, in about mid-90s, CTEC, which is a German company, and actually is the company that I come from, started to deliver a software. And as every German, company, like I like to say, every German car, a very solid company with a very solid platform. In the meantime, a few years ago, a company called ONSSI, which is an American company doing a VMS, was thinking to enlarge its presence to the European market. But also, CTEC was thinking to go into the American market. So we merged together. We merged together and we became ONSSI Group. Back 8 months later, so end of 2018, in the meantime, NICE system became Cognify, and in December last year, Cognify and ONSSI Group became one single company. So we, of course, kept the name of all our solutions that we will see in the coming slides, but we became one company, one single brand, one single strategy. What does this mean? This means that, of course, 3 companies that were born in different locations. There was Germany, there was Israel, there was United States, but we became, a company that with a very global presence. That's why we are presence and offices basically all over the world. What does it mean for us, a trusted advisor? First of all, one important thing is that, as you have seen, all companies are, plus the 2-3 decades that has presence in the market. This means that we have created, through our people and, of course, our solution that we have delivered and we are going to deliver, we have created a kind of trust together with our customer. This also allows us to create a broad portfolio. So we're not just a VMS company, but we go a little bit more beyond, the VMS. As I said, we are an American company. Our headquarters is in New York, in Pearl River. Our EMEA headquarters is in Bruxelles, in Germany, and we have an office in Israel and in Germany. We also have our R&D center. Of course, we have offices in Europe, in Paris, in Dubai, and so on. So we have 2, let's say, big. I would like to call it business unit. Let's say 2 businesses. One is the VMS, so video management software, and then we have EAM, which is Enterprise Incident Management, and we will talk very shortly a little bit about later. I was talking about our broad portfolio of solutions. So today we will be focused a little bit, and we will show you in our booth, in our stand, the Cayuga, okay, which is a VMS. Then we have the Vision Hub. Vision Hub is another platform which is a bit more than a VMS because it's a dynamic VMS and it integrates a small piece of PSIM in the VMS. So you see that we already went behind. We have Ocularis. Ocularis is our heritage from ONSSI, and it's very strong in the oil and gas industry, in the retail industry, and geographically in North America and South America. I leave Situator as last. Then we have, together with Cayuga, we have done 2 applications. One is called BVI, which for us is Business Video Intelligence. And here is where we moved from just a pure VMS to a business processing. What does it mean this? This means that we are going to match our video stream together with the process of our customer. Just imagine whatever you can imagine, logistics, finance, retail, you always have a transaction. Transaction may be when you read a barcode with a barcode reader, when you have an RFID label, or when you have a geolocalizer or something like that. Every single transaction produces a string of data. So today, if you, for instance, there is a box with 50 iPhones inside that has been lost or stolen, what do you do today? You go and search for the hours of video, even without flags or without filters, but you look for video. With the BVI, you just digit the number of, for instance, of the boxes, and immediately it pull up all the video related only to that event. So to do this, of course, we ask our customer to share the data of this in a shared folder where we have access, and when we do a timestamp delivering this result. Umbrella is, we can imagine a kind of central station for Umbrella. Umbrella, what does it mean? It's an umbrella. Basically, it collects the system of your customer. So you are an integrator, you have 1,000 systems, your different customers, And with Umbrella, instead of, for instance, doing admin operations or licensing operation or patching, instead of doing one by one, with Umbrella, you collect all these systems, and with one click, you shoot all the update, upgrade, and to your customer. Then we go to Situator. Situator is our, I like to call it like a half-white page. Why? Because a Situator is that kind of machine that manages the event that has a strong and big impact on people or asset. Let me give you an example. If the Metro Madrid, for whatever reason, will be shut down because of power, because of network, because of terrorism, whatever, there is, of course, an important impact on the asset, but the most important impact is on people. There is 10,000, thousands of people that cannot go to work, that cannot go to school, and so on. Vice versa, if we have a refinery, an oil refinery, you know, for the same reason we said before, so network, security, whatever, you know, all the operation will be shut down. Here, there's not really a big impact on people. I mean, the people, they will go to have a longer break, a longer lunch, you know, but there will be a very important impact on operations. You can imagine a refinery stopping the production for 1, 2, 3, 5 hours. That's millions of dollars. This platform, Situator, it's not necessarily something related to security, but we are talking about operations. Of course, it integrates, you know, all the major security and video platform. So the half-white page I was mentioning before is really that. Together with the customer, we write all the specification, all the specific needs. This means that if this happens, this doesn't have to happen, or these other things has to happen. So it's an if conditions platform that will be designed together with our customer. Of course, we also have analytics in all the platforms that I mentioned before. So we have our own our analytics integrated in our platform, so it can be a kind of one-stop shop. But of course, we integrated the most important analytics, included, of course, you know, Dahua. When I say integrated, I mean, of course, native driver. And when I say about analytics, I mean, you know, the most known analytics, Agent VI, Technoware, Dahua, Herta, and whatever. Then we have our own analytics, or one of our own analytics, which I personally really like, to be honest. In fact, I brought from home this video that I would like you to watch.
If you need to locate the owner of this unattended baggage, you'd best hope it's not here. If this child were lost, it would be easy to find him here. But what if it was here, or here, or here? These are situations in which locating your target within minutes is essential. With Cognify Suspect Search, the next generation video search and track application, you can do it easily. Instead of watching hours of video, it presents you with the relevant images so you can run the search across the vast number of security cameras and locations to find the person of interest within minutes and automatically track their route on a map. Enhancing situational awareness, enabling immediate response, and expediting forensic searches, Cognify Suspect Search can help you reduce the search time from hours to minutes. Cognify Suspect Search, when time is of the essence.
Of course, we are present in different vertical markets. We will see later a slide where we have some references. The references that we could, let's say, put in writing. Then we have, of course, we have some other references that, we can talk about, but we cannot put in writing. Of course, if you see all the broad solutions that that I talked about, we talk about giving an added value to our customer. And again, something that goes beyond, just the VMS. For instance, in transportation, as I said before, if you have an incident, we need to reduce dramatically, the time of response, for the reasons that we said before. Reduce logistic, as I said before, one of the most important lost in the logistic platform is the stolen goods and also, unfortunately, the lost goods. So that's why we have created this solution called Business Video Intelligence. Of course, we all would like to be and live in a very nice and overall, safe cities for us, for our kids, and for the kids, of course, of our kids. So, please come at our booth and ask us and tell us what your pain is, what your needs are. What do you think, can be the best for the security needs of your customers. As I said, these are just some references. In transportation, one of the latest, one of the latest. Of course, I can't say anything about this, but it will be in Spain. A very nice project, actually. But if you talk about transportation, we talk about the metro of Kuala Lumpur, for instance, metro of Monaco in Germany. If we talk about railways, we talk about Dutch railways, 7,500 kilometers, network rail, and so on. Retail, we have one of the most important customers, actually very present also here in Spain, which is the Lidl, where we have something like 50,000 channel. As I said, we have a broad portfolio to propose to our customer. As I said, regarding also the vertical markets, we have analytics like people counting for the retail. We have cross-line. For instance, we did the project in Germany on the Deutsche Bahn, where the problem of the graffiti on the train was a serious issue, and we did that with our analytics, with the cross-line settings. Again, safeguarding your world, it's for us a kind of credo. I mean, because it's everybody talk about security, but especially today, security is not just only just watching a video, just producing a video stream. You have to do something with that video stream. You have to do something with the event that are generated by analytics or by that video streams. I think this is the last one. Yes, here's my contact, but of course you can see me at the booth. Muchas gracias por su tiempo aquí hoy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Portaluri. And this is it for the first block of presentations, keynotes. The event will resume at 6 with the next block of presentations. In the meantime, you can enjoy a coffee. We invite you to visit the exhibition area where you can see showcasing and joint demonstrations from Dahua Technology and its partners. Thank you very much. But surely go back to your seats. If possible, we would advise you to take the same seat which you were using before, because some people have left their headsets in the seat, so if someone else is taking it, it's going to be a little bit confusing. And everyone who is outside, if they can slowly come in, will be able to resume the event. Para los que no os habéis puesto los auriculares todavía, si podéis utilizar el mismo lugar que antes, va a ser más sencillo porque hay gente que ha dejado los auriculares en el asiento y así no tienen que pedir unos nuevos. En cuanto esté la gente de vuelta, comenzamos. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, welcome back everyone. We hope you have enjoyed the break, the exhibition area, the showcasing and demonstrations from Dahua Technology and its partners, and also the nice view of the stadium. Okay, for this second block of keynotes, which will take 1 hour in total, there will be 4 keynotes. We will begin with Tristan Bouchon, who is a Vision Sales Manager for EMEA at Intel. Probably most of us top of mind brand when we think about chips. So Mr. Bouchon will be sharing with us details about Intel's latest sensor. Please welcome on stage, Mr. Bouchon.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tristan Bouchou. I'm based in France, and I'm in charge of all the sales related to vision products in EMEA. So after the mandatory legal slides that you've read now, I will talk to you about the offers, the solutions we have together with Dahua. I will talk a little about video on the edge and deep learning. I will talk about the products Intel is making for those solutions. And finally, about OpenVINO, a name that has been mentioned a bit earlier by our colleague from AxonSoft. So let's start with 4 examples of solutions that we have with Dahua. First example that is powered by Intel is a traffic management solution that had already some major deployment in cities in Mongolia, in Laos, in Serbia, and in Poland. So some example of use cases is like parking violation, when the system will be able to detect a car that shouldn't be parked in an area, then it will trigger an alert, it will do license plate recognition, and it can also directly issue a ticket to the violators. Same thing for bus lane, and other use cases will be speeding enforcement, red light, and general traffic monitoring. Second example of solutions is Dahua Safe City solution. So we'll have again some things linked to roads and traffic, but we will also have some other things like intrusion detection. If someone shouldn't be somewhere in the city, then it will trigger an alert and it will be an immediate response to the incident. And also path tracking, whereby analyzing, if you do like face recognition or license plate recognition and you identify the suspects that should be stopped, there will be some path tracking calculated, and the system will be able to anticipate the trajectory to then make sure to direct the police and to intercept the suspect. Third solution is about airport. So we will have things outside the airport and inside the airport. Outside will be some parking, indicating the free spaces to the visitors. We will also have license plate recognition again if there are cars that are on a blacklist, but also to allow some access control only for authorized vehicle. And inside, we can have some, inside the airport, abandoned luggage or dangerous behavior, etc. And also for the cargo, the use of the Dahua thermal camera can detect some heat in an area of storage to prevent fire and make an alarm. Final example is a smart retail solution. I think it was already a lot discussed this morning, so I won't give use cases. Just to highlight that on one side we have retail, on the other side we have e-tail. On retail, the metrics we had in the past were only like the revenue you've made at the end of the day. With e-tail, all the website, you can know everything. You know from where your visitors are coming from, on which page they are going, where they click, how long they stay, if they put things on their basket, if they transform the purchase, if they are a regular customer, etc. And the transformation that this solution is bringing to retail is the ability to get all those metrics that are so easy to get through a website, through the physical store. So all these examples we've seen have one thing in common, the video. The camera, the video is the IoT ultimate sensor. It's bringing massive amount of data. We estimate this year around 2,500 petabytes of data are generated each day by the video sensors. And it will continue because we will add more and more camera, and we will go for higher resolution, higher frames per second. So this is exponential. And we need to process this, to analyze it. And of course, we've been used to do it in the data center. But due to this enormous amount of data, now we have to also move to the edge and to do this analysis at the edge. We think that now nearly 50% of this data will be analyzed at the edge. We want meaningful information to be sent to the network. So we want to do the analysis the closest to the sensor. Several reasons. The latency. If you want to detect something urgent, a pedestrian, and you have to stop something, you need milliseconds to react, not seconds. So if you send the data to the cloud, its process is back, it's too late for the pedestrian. Then bandwidth. If you do monitoring of a shop at night, you have a fixed image with nothing happening on the night. We don't want to saturate the network by sending this useless video stream. So we want to do the analysis before and just send it through the network if something meaningful is happening. Security and privacy. The more the data is far from the premises, the more you move the data and the higher chance you have for lost data, stolen data, or hacking. And finally, the connectivity. Everything is based on analyzing the data. If you have to be connected to a data center and you lose your connectivity, then the whole system becomes useless. So why the edge has not become smart before? Everything is about deep learning. So just a reminder, we have the artificial intelligence. Subset of that is a machine learning. When in a data set you are taking insights from the data set to get understanding of what's happening. And the deep learning is a part where you will train an algorithm, and the insight you are getting with a data set will be used to take a decision. And we will use some neural networks that are called convolution neural networks that are mimicking the neurons of the brains. This is the deep learning. And a few years ago, the deep learning results were not so good. So let's say the human has an 8% error rate. So for example, if you take 100 pictures of dogs, small, big, white, black, the human will do 8 errors, thinking it's a cat, it's a wolf, or something else. So when 3 years ago, the deep learning was doing 15 errors, no one was interested. But when we've managed to reach the human accuracy, then it has become interesting. And now we can do better because we are training, and improving the algorithm. And as we can do better, that's why everything is exploding, and the deep learning is creating these needs for AI everywhere. And in the deep learning, we have two parts, the training and the inference. These are two totally different workflow. The training is the key to get your accuracy. So you need a huge data set, picture, label, and we train. If we take famous public networks like GoogleNet, they use more than 250 million images. So it's a bit like when we have babies that are entering the real world. They have a little book with a tree, and it's written tree. A cat, it's written cat. A balloon is written balloon. So if it's a red balloon, after when the baby will see a ball which is yellow, he will say, it's not red, but it looks like someone on my book that was called the balloon. This is how it works. So the more we're training, the more we have a quality data set, the more we are improving the numbers of images and correcting each time we have error, and the more we will have accuracy. And this is infinite. So that's why month after month, all the analytics that the partners are providing will be more and more accurate. And then we have the inference. And to do the inference, we are running the algorithm. And what we want to do when we do an inference, we want to have a high number of inference per second. To do 10 frames per second, 20 frames per second, the more you can do with the cheapest hardware and also the lowest consuming hardware. Training, inference, really two different things. So what is the role of Intel in this vision business? We've been in this business for years, and as our partner AccentSoft was mentioning, we have already in our traditional CPU some free features like quick sync video, etc., that are helping to do compression, decompression, decoding, etc. So we've continued to develop our own products, and also we've acquired companies. We've acquired a lot of companies the past years for more than $35 billion. Companies in deep learning, AI, machine learning, computer vision, to complete our offer and make sure we were having end-to-end solution to cover everything, from training to inference. A few examples. Mobileye is the leader of autonomous driving. Nirvana is doing neural network processors that will come next year, that are specialized in either training or inference in the data center. And I think that at the end of the year, Facebook has announced they will use this. They will be the first one to use this new chip for their training. ITCs was the company running OpenCV. Altera is a FPGA, manufacturing FPGA. And finally, Movidius, that has been mentioned by the first presenter from Dahua, which is a chip. So this is, Movidius is a very little chip. It's called VPU, Vision Processing Unit. It's a chip dedicated to deep learning in the vision. So it's 8 by 8 millimeter. It's 4 trillion operations per second, and it's less than 2 watts. Less than 2 watts is really the thing that is unbeatable, to have so much power in such a little thing. And so with those products, that's why we can put them everywhere in the chain from end to end. So we can put them at the endpoint directly in the camera. So there are Dahua cameras that have this little Movidius chip directly inside, next to the sensor. So the data doesn't need even to go through the next gateway, but we can do the analysis straight away. Then at the opposite, we have the data center, where we can have our traditional Xeon, some FPGA, or our new neural network processor. And in the middle, you have all the product, network video recorder, video server, etc. So we are using traditional CPU like Atom, Core, or Xeon to do the traditional video stuff, compressing, decompressing, transcoding, coding. But we can also run the inference, run the algorithm of your model on those traditional CPU. And if we don't have enough power, we've created some acceleration cards based on Movidius or FPGA that you can add in your existing system to have more power to handle your workload. And the good things about all these products, on the software side, they all work with OpenVINO. So what is OpenVINO? OpenVINO is a software development kit which is taking public network that have been developed under standard framework like MXNet, TensorFlow, Caffe, ONNX. It's optimizing them, meaning that if your algorithm was able to do object detection 10 frames per second, perhaps you will do 15 or 20 just by using OpenVINO. And by the way, OpenVINO is free. And then, once everything is optimized, you can run this on different hardware. So we have plugins to run it on a CPU, on an integrated graphic, on a FPGA, or on a Movidius chip. So the beauty of OpenVINO is that when you develop, when you train your model to make it more accurate for the needs you have in your use case, you don't need to care about the hardware. Just make your algorithm work very well, and after, OpenVINO will handle all the hardware you have. If you have access to a server next to your camera, then it will use the Xeon. If you only have an Atom, it will use the Atom. If you have an Atom, or let's say a core with an integrated graphic, it will use both the CPU and the integrated graphic, and it will manage the workload depending on what is working best. And if you want, you add additional cards, and it will also use that. So this is the good thing with OpenVINO. Just develop, and you can decide the hardware later. So that's it. I hope it was clear. I will be around after if you have some question or you want to have some discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bouchon. Next, we're going to have with us Jermaine Campbell. He's a European head of surveillance sales at Campbell Technologies, a world leader in data storage. Mr. Campbell will share with us his views on the evolution of surveillance storage.
Thank you. It's dramatic music for such a small man. I want to make a small correction. I work for Seagate Technology, not Campbell Technology. I don't want to get sued by a very big company, okay? I'm very happy to be here, and I want to thank Dahua for inviting Seagate as a key technology partner for Dahua. And as was said, I'm going to talk about the evolution of surveillance storage, what challenges it presents, how we can be prepared for it, and how the Seagate portfolio solves some of those challenges. You've been hearing a lot about petabytes and terabytes and zettabytes. You're going to hear from me now, which is very IT kind of terminology. But just to try and give you an idea of what we're talking about in terms of this capacity, there is 1 billion terabytes. We're used to a terabyte drive in our DVR or our NVR. There's 1 billion terabytes in 1 zettabyte. And in 2018, it was recorded that approximately 33 zettabytes of data was created in the world. And we call all of this data creation in the world, we call this the data sphere. And a recent survey that was done, or a study that was done, predicts that in 2025, there'll be 175 zettabytes of data created. Why? From cameras, when we increase the resolution or frames per second, when we have higher resolution cameras on our telephones, and we're recording more videos onto YouTube and so forth, the amount of data being created is growing like crazy. So how can we prepare for that? Bearing in mind that in order for us to store that data, 59% of that data will be stored on hard disk drives. I'll just go back quickly. 59% of that data will be stored on hard drives. So either we've got to create many more hard disk drive factories to store this data, create the hard disk drives, or we need to develop new technology in order to fit that data into our current footprint. There's a second kind of evolution as well. Not only are we creating more data, but the data is moving. And my friend from Intel kind of talked about how this data is moving from the core to the edge, from the core to the edge. And back in the 60s and 70s, data was stored kind of centrally on mainframe. You can call it like a centralized system where you'd have a thin client with no compute and no storage that was doing all of its calculations from a centralized computer. Then the 1980s to the 2000s, we saw kind of this client move. So we all ended up with personal computers and computers that was close to the individual with its own compute, its own storage. Then we saw a migration back again to centralized, or we call it cloud now, where we've got a device in our hand, a tablet or a mobile, that is using compute and storage up in the cloud. And now we see a fourth generation, or a fourth move of this data and its creation back to the edge, where we'll have devices that are creating data, are sending data, are analyzing data close to the center point or the creation point. So back to a distributed. So within Seagate, we call this IT 4.0. It's the fourth stage of data creation and storage. Which tier is most important? Should we put our focus onto the endpoint where the data is first captured, or should we put our focus and investments into centralized and cloud and server data center applications? Well, every tier plays an important part. From the endpoint with drones and robots, autonomous vehicles, you need storage that has the technology that's able to record and process that data for that tier. For the edge, where we're storing data, we're filtering the data, we're processing the data, you need a specific kind of storage that is going to handle that kind of application. And then again, in the cloud, where we've just been learning about deep learning and retaining data, you need specialized storage to be able to work with that kind of data. So every part is important. And Seagate has a portfolio of product right from the edge to the cloud. And we'll talk a little bit about the portfolio and how it marries up a bit later on. Choosing the right drive for your application is going to save you money. Total cost of ownership is important to all of our business. And my key message here is, if you pick a drive that is cheaper because it was designed for a desktop application, and you put it into a surveillance application, in the long term, it's going to cost you money. So putting the right drive into the right application is going to give you the best TCO. And here you can see on my slide that our drives are designed for different applications. So our Barracuda drives, which are our desktop compute drives, are designed to be on and working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week in a single bay. You take that same drive and put it into a surveillance application where maybe it's been recorded to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in multiple bays. That drive is under a lot more stress than what it was designed for. So even though it may have been cheaper, if it fails, and you guys know the costings much more than I do, if a drive fails out in the field, the amount of money it costs to send an engineer, replace the drive, take it back, send it back to manufacturer for a replacement, far outweighs the initial cost saving of that desktop drive in the beginning. Terabytes per year workload, I wanted to talk a little bit about. Hard disk drives are designed to record a certain amount of data, or a workload we call it, a certain amount of data per year. And if you go over the threshold of data being recorded to the drive, it will fail. Not because the drive is inferior or the drive has technology problems, but it was not designed to record that amount of data in a year. So you can see that our desktop drives have got 60 terabytes per year workload rating, while our Skyhawk surveillance drives and Exos enterprise level drives have got 180 and 550 terabytes per year workload. Challenges. Technology is changing all the time. A survey was done asking integrators what their top challenges were. And the feedback that came was keeping up with technology, along with keeping employees and increasing sales and controlling costs. Keeping up with technology is probably why you're here today. And the amount of data that's being created, if we stick with the drives and the capacities that we've always used, then we're going to fall behind very, very quickly because it's not going to match with the requirements that are needed today. Here's an example. 16 cameras recording at HD resolution, recording 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You retain the data for 30 days. This is not an unusual setup in a surveillance application. In our calculations, you'd be recording 305 gigabytes per day, or you would need 9.6 terabytes of data per month. The 1 TB drives are not going to solve every application. We're needing more and more data. And if we move the resolution from HD up to 4K, then we are quadrupling the amount of storage that's required. There's technologies that are evolving for video compression, and it's great technology. And I know Dahua have used some great technology, introduced technologies into the market to compress data so that you can minimize the amount of storage and send it over coaxial cable, etc. But even with the video compression technologies that are in the market, HD 264 to 265 and 265 plus is not keeping up with the growth in resolution. So going from full HD at 1,000 pixels to 4K or 4,000 pixels versus the video compression, you can see that the storage demand is still increasing, even with today's video compression. So what's this slide telling us? By all means, use video compression. It's great technology, but it's not going to solve our issues in terms of storage requirement. Seagate is invested in creating a storage calculator. You can go to our website. It's at the bottom, seagate.com/Skyhawk. And there you can click on our storage calculator from a storage specialist company. You can go and put in the number of cameras, frames per second, your resolution, the days retention, and we'll give you our feedback, our calculations of how much storage that you'll require. And that's available in our storage calculator on our website. We've been innovating new technology for many, many years. We brought the first surveillance class hard disk drive to market in 2006. And since then, we've been bringing new capacity points all the time up until 2018. And in 2019, we launched our 16 TB drive, which is out on our stand today. And I've seen our roadmaps that have got higher capacity drives for the near future. Seagate is committed to innovations, committed to solving the challenges of the evolution of data. And what is coming next? In 2020, Seagate have been talking for the last 4 or 5 years about HAMR technology. And maybe I can just see a raise of hands of those who have heard or seen HAMR technology. Has anyone seen or heard about this? Okay, I can't actually see anybody because the light's in my eye. But HAMR technology is incredible. It's the biggest revolution in storage technology since the 60s. Seagate is pioneering a technology where our heads on our media will now have a tiny laser at the end of our heads, nanotechnology, a tiny little laser that will heat up a specific point on our media. And using heat will kind of expand the media. Heat expands the kind of material that we have on our media. And it's literally like having an elastic band and stretching the band so that you're able to write more data across the media. And then as the media spins away from the head, it cools down and the elastic band reduces. It's a similar technology. Our engineers would be very disappointed with my analogy. It's much more technical than that, obviously. There are no elastic bands inside of our hard disk drives. But this new technology is being launched next year. and is going to facilitate us to make 20, 24, 30, 40 terabyte hard disk drives using this technology. Mac 2, you can come and speak to me on my stand about Mac 2 technology that we're launching and future technology. So our portfolio of products to suit these challenges are Skyhawk and Skyhawk AI. The Skyhawk drives designed for the surveillance market from 1 to 8 terabytes, and Skyhawk AI from 8 TB to 16 TB. Very different to our desktop drives. These drives are designed to write 90% of the time and to read 10% of the time, because in the surveillance market, you're writing much more intensively to the drive, and it's a much harder process for the drive than reading. We have RV sensors and special firmware inside of the drive, which enables the camera's data to be put in a sequential order so that we can write the data sequentially onto the disk. Skyhawk. 3 times the workload of our desktop drives and able to record from 64 HD cameras. Skyhawk AI is a recent addition to our portfolio as we see the market moving into AI, and we're seeing AI becoming much wider used technology. The AI presents some challenges to a hard disk drive company because we've been putting data in order and writing the data sequentially onto our disks. But AI requires you to do sequential recordings and also to randomly read and write data, the metadata of AI. So we've had to develop new technology in order to support the AI video streams that are being created. So more and more data is being stored and analyzed, and AI is becoming more and more popular. So our AI drives are not only able to record 64 HD streams of cameras, but also 32 of those cameras can be sending AI streams to the disk. So 32 AI analytics streams and a workload rate of 550 terabytes per year. So you can just keep recording to that drive and it will be working well. One last topic about health management. With the amount of workload being sent to drives these days, the drives are starting to fail out in the field, and engineers and installers are not able to predict the failure or to understand why the drive's failing. So Seagate have introduced the new technology of Skyhawk Health Management, which is working inside of Dahua 4000 and 5000 series NVRs, where our drives are able to predict when they are going to fail. They look at over 150 parameters on heat, on vibration, on power consumption, and many other different kinds of parameters, and they're able to give you an advance warning about the system that may fail because of these parameters exceeding their threshold. So if you have a Dahua system with a Seagate Skyhawk drive, 4 TB and above, or a Skyhawk AI drive, 4 TB and above, you will have this technology inside of your system. And we're working with Dahua also to send a pre-notification to your device, handheld device, so you can receive an email or a text to tell you that a particular device is not functioning correctly out into the field. Seagate Rescue is another exclusive service from Seagate that if your drive fails, we are able to recover the data from your disk and to send it back to you encrypted so that you can have that data back to give to a police report or to find what had happened. So if a DVR is on fire, has been thrown in a river, has been smashed with a baseball bat, you're able to send the drive back and not only get the drive back as a warranty product, but get your data back as a recovered data recovery service all for a very small cost of $20. And normally this service is hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but Seagate do this in our own laboratories here in Europe. Finally, we invite you onto a Seagate partner program. We're registering out on the desk. If you want to find out more information from Seagate, have your salespeople receive sales training, get evaluation products and assets and collateral, and get a jump in our technical support and have a hotline to our technical support, then please come and register onto our Seagate Insider program, which will be launching next quarter. I hope this has been useful for you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell, for sharing with us Seagate's view on the future of storage. And we move on, and our next guest is Steven Patou. He's sales manager for France, Spain, and LATAM at Advances Software, which is an industry leader in vendor-neutral building and security management. He's going to share with us his views on how to reach control room management. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Imagine yourself being an operator in a control room with several building security systems being monitored. An incoming alarm may confront the operator with several systems interacting simultaneously. It's challenging. Phones are ringing, fire detection systems are sending alarms, air conditioning's reports fault alarm. A numerous amount of real-time information needs to be filtered, interpreted, and managed efficiently. So my question is, would the operator be able to handle all incoming events? And if so, if he would do so, would it be done efficiently? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steven Patou. I'm from a German company, Advances, and I'm happy to be here today at the partner event of Dahua. And yes, I can tell you that we can provide a positive answer to that question. Our software solution, WinGuard, is a PSIM system. PSIM stands for Physical Security Information Management. It's an open architecture platform on which several technologies, systems, manufacturer brands, heterogeneous brands could be integrated on one event management platform. So how is it like? Well, the platform integrates with several technologies, building management technologies, security technologies, and communication technologies. Upon receipt of an alarm, there's a possibility to interact with a system, with different systems. It can be done automatically via scripts, or it can be done also via predefined operations, also called workflow. Let me give an example. In the case of an unauthorized access, somebody tries to attempt, he's not authorized to, what happens? Well, automatically, cardholder information gets transferred to the platform, gets escalated to the platform. Video images from that monitored area is being displayed. An employee, a colleague that's on site, he may receive a phone call, or internet, or intercom combination could be set up. Apart from that, there are other tools that can be provided. Floor plans, or other types of information that are all related to that specific event. It's a benefit. The user, the end user, whether it's the operator, the security director, or any other user, they would have in their hands an easy-to-use application to control all connected systems. So physical systems, security systems like video surveillance, access control, and even building management systems, PLCs, air conditioning. The opportunities are endless. So we're not talking only about physical systems, but also about digital solutions, ticketing systems, and database exchange to a PSIM platform can also be integrated. One of the advantages of PSIM is its agnostic approach. It's a key element of an open platform integration on which a lot of systems could be integrated on, regardless of the technology, regardless of the manufacturer. And it enables end users to have a tool in their hands that would enable them to choose from a big range of manufacturers that would set or would go with their specific needs at a specific time. But not only for the end user it's interesting, also for manufacturers. Manufacturers and PSIM companies, they can work together, engage in partnerships. Why? Because we talk about interoperability. Interoperability, they have a positive aspect on the safety industry. And there they are. We integrate with Dahua, with Cognify, with Milestone. There are no geographical limitations if we take a look at today's world information technology. And that also applies to PSIM. This means that actually it enables to communicate, to interchange databases with distributed locations or mobile solutions. For instance, multi-sites. It is possible actually to share local data or full data between sites. Or monitoring operations. They can also be configured according to a hierarchy. What to do with signals from a specific time or with a specific urgency. A good example that can provide would be the case, for instance, of monitoring surveillance at night at a local site. So what happens then? There's no need to have an operator at a local site. You can automatically escalate signals to the integration platform. So what we would have then is more efficiency. More efficiency, reduced costs. PSIM also embraces traceability. Every interaction that's being made by the operator with all the connected systems is being recorded and tracked. This also counts for others, for workflow handlings, or for storing CCTV clips. They all get logged and archived. For audit purposes, PSIM is an excellent tool. It gives an undeniable proof that safety measures had all been respected. And the operator, he acted accordingly. Indirectly, it also enables us to understand, it gives us a better understanding on the strengths and weaknesses of the implemented event management process. Not only reporting contributes to the better traceability, there's also the possibility to analyze alarms and events. So data get collected in WinGuard, and they can get exported to external databases. And this info, later on, can be used for data visualization, dashboards. So we talk about KPIs in the field of security and building systems. As an example, it's possible to show any changes in energy consumption for a specific environment, for a specific time of the day. Or you can show average reaction times for alarms and events. WinGuard is the right choice for your command and control center. We have over 450 interfaces that integrate our platform with other third-party systems. Most of them are proprietary, which means that actually we go and make the integrations based on the third parties, SDK and API. Unlike open protocols, we go integrate with most of the functionalities, and communication is set in a bidirectional way. Our PSIM platform is also future-proof. The customer's environment can experience changes throughout the years. They can add new sites, change, switch specific systems, security systems, building systems, whatever configuration that may have an influence on their environment. WinGuard is scalable. It can adapt to its environment. And that's actually what I want to talk about, this other key aspect, or refer to the other key aspect of open architecture, scalability. Future-proof also means an updated system. There's nothing more frustrating than having an obsolete, outdated ecosystem. Some interfaces, they may not be compatible anymore. With some regular updates, WinGuard can avoid the situation. Thanks to its lifecycle service program, there's an opportunity for us to guarantee continuous updates. So they all serve a common goal: provide the end user a stable, reliable command and control management tool. I already mentioned earlier the partnership with manufacturers. Dahua is a premium partner. They are an important player in our partnership program, with over 25 projects throughout EMEA, and this number is still growing. Clients, end user verticals like museums, defense sites, industry, they all trust WinGuard and Dahua to monitor their environment. WinGuard integrates with Dahua for live and recorded pictures, video sequences, and also for basic handling. And it can also escalate alarms and events. So what were we about? We're about creating smart solutions together. Señoras y señoras, me gustaría agradecerles por la oportunidad, por haberla escuchado. Desafortunadamente no ha sido en español, pero si tienen oportunidad de verme allí para hablar un poco de cómo podríamos ofrecerle, digamos, una buena solución para su entorno, pueden pasar por el stand. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the information, and don't forget to pass by.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patou. And our last guest, this is our final presentation, is Vic Saikowski. He's Vice President of Business Development at Invidion. Invidion is a company specialized in cloud surveillance solutions, both for businesses and individuals. He's going to share with us his views about the future of retail. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here tonight to present smart cloud analytical solutions that became possible as a result of the partnership between Invidion and Dahua Technology. Let me first give you a few facts about the company, as I'm sure many of you never heard about Invidion before. One of the prominent US security blogger, IPVM, recently referred to Invidion as a veteran video surveillance as a service developer. And indeed, the company was founded in the year 2008, when very few people believed in hosted cloud-based video surveillance at all. And since then, we have more than 4 million of active users in more than 100 countries in the world. The recently calculated net promoter score was 94%. All the data stored is in a state-of-the-art data centers. We have more than 15, in fact it's 22 today, based in the United States, based in Europe, former Soviet countries and Asia. And our applications for iOS and Android are rated 4.5 out of 5, with 1 to 5 million downloads by the users. And if you Google Invidion, if you Google cloud video surveillance, Invidion will be on the top of the list. So that's briefly about the company. As a software developer, we did understand that no video surveillance as a service solutions are possible without a reliable video surveillance hardware. So having partnered up with Dahua in 2014, We have got access to the cutting-edge technology that resulted in integration of more than 5 Dahua technology product series, directly supporting more than 1,000 IP cameras and video recorders, and the devices are integrated on the firmware level and can be connected to the cloud directly. Last year, Dahua Technology and iVideon have signed the partnership agreement as part of Dahua Integration Partner Program, enabling us for even deeper collaboration between the two companies in the years to come. Today, I'm happy to present a number of new products that can deliver the needed information to streamline decisions and create more value for the customer. The solutions that take advantage of smart cloud camera combined with analytical software to gather data on business operations and consumer trends. This is achieved by new products offered by iVideon, cloud-based people counter, cloud-based face recognition, cloud-based queue detector, cache box, and cloud-based automatic number plate recognition. All of them are combined into a single system with intuitive graphical user interface. All data is encrypted and safely stored in the cloud, accessible by the account owner or owners from anywhere in the world, from any internet-enabled device. The solutions allow reducing the cost of business operation by managing staffing level, reducing theft, increasing work efficiency and work discipline, improve customer satisfaction by reducing waiting times. Let's take a look at different store areas, for example, where this can be used. Solution deployed at the entrance area will notify in real time about security breach, emergency, or intrusion. Push notifications and email notifications are sent to any number of users, be it business owner, security staff, or any other individuals concerned. Face detection will alert security staff if the previously known shoplifter has entered the shop, or at the same time, sales personnel will get immediate notifications to their mobile devices that VIP customer is on the floor and need to be provided extra services. People counter will also provide valuable statistics, visitor statistics for business decision making. Sales room and cash box area. So cash box solution deployed in the cash register area will help to detect and review suspicious transactions with a few clicks of a mouse. Queue detector will immediately notify store manager about queue formation in the selected zone, prompting to open a new till, and in the long perspective, review staffing level at peak times. Cloud archive depth up to 3 years allows going back in time to review events and export the videos from the cloud in the matter of seconds. So camera deploys at loading bay, for example, to ensure employee safety and prevent theft. Cloud-based ANPR will help monitor vehicles' fleet movement and can be easily integrated with existing access control systems by using open API that we provide. So iVideon is compatible with any Dahua equipment today. First of all, the cameras that were integrated on the firmware level that can be connected directly to cloud. But for those cameras that were not integrated and the legacy systems, the systems that were already deployed, we come up with a new device called iVideon Bridge, a smart setup box allowing you to connect up to 16 cameras per device, making it one of the cheapest and effective devices on the market. It's retailed at €99, making the cost per channel is just slightly more than €6. Using iVision Bridge, you can connect existing installations, legacy systems to the cloud, giving your old cameras the new abilities that I have just described. So effectively, this will enable you to store the videos in the cloud with the tariff plans up to 3 years, with no limitation to resolution, with no limitation to bandwidth, no limitation to bitrate, frame rate. You get instant notifications about all detections, be it sound, motion, camera disconnection detection, face detection, queue detection, detection number plate, suspicious transactions. You get everything in a single device. You get all the notifications delivered straight to you or to dedicated people that you choose. You can connect any number of cameras, unlimited number of cameras, from unlimited number of locations to a single account, and access it from anywhere in the world. You can grant access to these cameras to any number of other individuals. You can grant access to one camera, group of cameras, or all of the cameras, no matter where the cameras are located. So you can even embed the video stream into your website by simply copy-pasting the HTML code that is readily available within the iVision user account. So you can get the reports on every single product I described. You get the report on face detection, on employees' working time, on demography, emotions report, queue detector reports, people counter, ANPR, cache box, and many more that I can't tell you about tonight due to time limitations. So, and if you're after a customized solution that tailored specifically for your business needs, we are in a position to offer you white label solution based in an enterprise cloud or even private cloud. So, if you didn't do it yet, please come by and visit us at our booth at the expo floor. So we'll be happy to answer your questions, tell you more about our products, tell you more about our partner program for installation and distributing partners for recurring revenue share that we offer, and do some demo of the products and answer your questions. And thank you very much to Dahua to having this wonderful event at this wonderful venue. And thank you very much all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Saikowski. So the event in the auditorium has come to an end. Dahua wants to express its gratitude both to its partners and speakers and participants, and also to all the audience, all of you who have taken your time to be here with Dahua Technology today. The event continues outside with a cocktail. You can still visit the exhibition area with all the stands. And after that, there will be a gala dinner with an entertainment show and a lucky draw full of great prizes. So again, thank you very much. We hope you have enjoyed the event and see you soon. And please leave your headsets in the seat, because it's for the sake of organizational purposes. It's going to be a lot easier for the people working in the event to gather them around. And apologies for that. Okay.